nervous. I've never talked in front of so many people in my whole life. Anyways, I think Sue told you I live on Mediterranean Loop. Originally from Connecticut, lived in Massachusetts, and came to Royal Harbor in 2010. I don't usually come to the Women's Club. I have come occasionally, but someone gave my name about my art and said I should come in and speak about it. I started October 2019. I was just kind of bored one day and said, well, let me get some canvas and some paints. Most of these are done through YouTube tutorials. The nutcrackers are not. They were my idea. But the rest is tutorials. I have a list of the tutorials and artists that I followed. I don't have my super early work because it was kind of primitive. Because I was learning. So the earliest piece I do have was done in 2020, and it's the landscape called Country Road by the artist who did the tutorial. And I strictly work with acrylics. It's all acrylic paint. Let's see here. The next piece I did is the Gypsy Way, which is all scrap cardboard. Pizza boxes, Amazon boxes, cereal boxes. The axles are paper straws, and even the wheels are cardboard, and the spokes are paper straws. And you use a lot of glue. Each individual shingle on the roof, you have to cut it, glue it, and then I painted the whole thing. So again, that was a tutorial online, just for something different to do. And I had that displayed out all year on the table, because it was a lot of work. The next thing I did was this piece, which is also it's a canvas. I don't know if everybody can see it or not, but you can come up later. It's on canvas. It has three-dimensional wooden pieces, metal pieces, paper pieces that I glued on. Some of the stenciling work was done with modeling paste with stencils to give it, more of a texture. And then it was painted. I painted it all. Like the ferns are plastic, the flowers are paper, the windows wood, these little scrolly things are wood, the fence is metal, and then it was clear coated. Just to do a multimedia piece, I'm going to try my hand at that. Next came the nutcrackers. These are actually plantation shutters. I was riding my bike, and the shutters were out for Tuesday trash on Armada Street. I don't know, maybe somebody here put them out, I don't know. So my husband and I were riding our bike, and I said, I'll stay here, you go home, get the car, put them in the car. I want to make nutcrackers out of them. I was looking for shutters for a while. So we got home, he trimmed off the sides because they weren't even. And I got the drawing. Actually, first I did a template. You probably can't all see it, but anyways, I figured out all the dimensions, if you can sort of see this, where his hat, where his body, I did like on graph paper to scale. And this was the first one I did. And this is just scrap wood, the nose. The feet are scrap wood. And where we found those last few houses, they were building on Rainbow Trout. We were riding our bikes, we saw pieces of PVC pipe sticking out, scrap wood sticking out. So we picked up the wood, my husband glued it together, shaped the feet. This is PVC, his both arms, from the dumpster. And The only thing we bought, obviously, we bought PVC caps. The hands are wooden fence post tops, and my husband cut them, a third of it off. Of the feet, like I said, are just wood glued together. The base we bought at Home Depot. You can buy the round squares, and my husband routed it out, so these come apart. The base comes off, they unscrew. And then the embellishments, the fur, the wooden pieces, the chain, the mustaches, all that, I ordered, painted everything, the fringe I added, and I tried to make each one different. And I also did the backs. They're actually done in the back also, because I wasn't sure where I was putting them in the house. If you would see them from front and back. And if you look at them, the hats are different shape, the mustaches are a different shape, the jackets are a different shape, the boots are different. He's got little bracelets on, so I tried to make them all just a little different. And that was a major project. They were on my kitchen nook table for many months, just lying there flat, like I worked on. So that was my idea. There's no tutorial for that. And the last two things I did this year, the Christmas ones, and the first one I did was Santa. That took quite a while. That was also a tutorial. When you look at the tutorials online, they're maybe 30 minutes each section. That one had 9 tutorials. But, they finished it off. You figure 9 times 30 minutes. It took me weeks to get him to look like he does. So, and that was my first attempt at faces and hands and that sort of thing. But they explained really well how to do this. So that's my favorite one. And the same artist that did that tutorial did this one too, the angel. And that's my husband's favorite, is the angel. He likes the sweet little face on her. And obviously I like Christmas. I decorate a lot. I've had these out since Christmas because I knew I was coming here. But I also did 3 more Christmas paintings this year too. So lots of Christmas. I just like to do that. And then I could show you, these are just the artists from the tutorial. This was her version for that one. And this was her version of the gypsy wagon. This one's a little different. I didn't have exactly what she had, but I tried to make it similar. And of course the Nutcracker, there's no template, and then the angel, and Santa. So, well, thank you. I have a list here of all the tutorial people, if anybody else is interested. If you give me your email, I can email them to you. There's tons of stuff on YouTube about how to paint. And I knew nothing about it. But it's very relaxing. I put on classical music. It's very satisfying. And I like to look for trash that I can make into things. So on Tuesday we try to ride our bicycles around and see what we can find. I've actually also done, again, might be somebody in here, there was a concrete plant, a woman with a jug on her shoulder. She was painted purple and different colors, and we picked that up, and now she looks like marble. I did her in a foam marble look. And another thing I picked up was a round tabletop, and I painted a Christmas scene on that too, brought it home. And so I like to recycle and do some stuff like that. But again, it's very relaxing and rewarding, and enjoyable. So if anybody has an interest in doing anything like that, like I said, give me your email, I'll send you these particular ones, you could try your hand at it and see what you think. There's probably a lot of people.
Had a question?
Oh, the fairy garden? The fairy garden? Well, yeah, I have that too. If any of you came to the last Christmas house tour, we were the house with the fairy garden in the back, the 2 fairy gardens in the back. Yeah. So I kind of got into the Christmas painting this year because I thought we were doing it again this year. Michelle's hiding. So I did 5 paintings this year in anticipation of that, but then we didn't do it this year. So another year, you'll get to see the other Christmas paintings I did. But that's why it's so focused on Christmas. So, anybody have any questions about anything?
How long does it take to make a painting?
The angel, the smaller version, I think, because I painted it for someone else, took me about 20 hours to do. Santa, more. You know, and I only do like maybe 3 hours a day, and you know, I don't do it every day, so, but I added up my time when I did that angel for somebody else, a condensed version of it, so, yeah, it takes a while. These guys took a long while, because just laying them out, gluing the parts, doing the front, doing the back, the hair, the this, the that, you know, they were more complex. And that wagon took quite a while too.
Vera, you had a question?
Do you ever sell any of your paintings and your work?
I never did, but I possibly could. I possibly could. Yeah. Not yet, but maybe in the future. So, anything else?
All right, thank you so much for sharing with us.